group of young, enthusiastic high school learners are remembering Amahle from Gumbu, Eastern Cape. Amahle was part of the Junior Commissioner's Project of the SAPS, a school safety ambassador and an activist for children's rights. And Amahle terribly committed suicide due to experiencing gender-based violence. She couldn't take it and she couldn't speak out. So her colleagues, the junior commissioners, in remembrance of Amahle and honoring Amahle, they contributed and created ways of speaking out, which is what they feel is important.
How many times does a child have to say no? How many times does a child have to say don't do it? How many times does a child have to say enough is enough? It can't go on like this. It cannot continue like this. This should end now. This should end here.
Child abuse is a single act or recurring act of mistreat that aims to hurt, injure, or damage us as children. I would say that we as children are like books that people cannot even read because we're bleeding on each and every page of the book, which is why we should speak out when being emotionally abused. So this is why I think emotional abuse is very dangerous if not dealt with in an appropriate manner, because this is a key factor that contributes to suicide nowadays.
Siyabulela kakhulu thina ngobomi buka Amahle. Futhi siyabulela into ayenzileyo uAmahle by joining i-commissioner ukwenzela ba kuzozaleka abantwana abanjena. Namhlanje sidibene ngenxa yobomi buka Amahle. Ewe angangabikho yena uAmahle ngesiqu, but siyasiva ispirit sikaMahle kuba sikunye nathi. uAmahle ulapha kwakunye nathi. Into uAmahle ayishiyileyo yilegacy. Siyabulela kakhulu sisi, siyazingca ngawe futhi siyazingca ngoAmahle, siyabulela ubume bukaAmahle. Silapha ngenxa kaAmahle, silapha ngenxa yam, silapha ngenxa yakho, silapha ngenxa yomntana oyintombazana ongekazalwa. Ngoba sonke siyachaphazeleka kulento, and yinto that we need to bring solution to le. Yes, the problem is there, but what do we do about it?
I feel like we as the men of today should be talking to each other about these issues and trying to see where it started, what could be the root to this, what could be the root to this, and put it in our sons and our nephews from a young age, that just to show them what's going on TV and see, do you see what's going on, do you see that that could have been your sister? And especially me, because I have a 4-year-old niece that I don't know what I'd do if anything could, what had happened to her.
Women are not the problem, men are. At 19, I've seen my friends being beat, been raped. I've seen my friends hospitalized because of the wrath of men. I am angry. I am hurt. No child should ever have to suffer like that. No child should have to see another child suffer like that.
Igumbu is a village in the Eastern Cape, occupied by a total population of 4,928. The village is made up of a total of 56% female and 44% males. The village is relatively young, making 14% of its population who live there between the ages of 15 and 19. In discussions and media coverage and campaigns around gender-based violence in South Africa, it is a serious omission that the plight of the rural woman is conspicuously underreported. This is not a unique occurrence in South Africa. Rural communities have always occupied a back seat when it comes to development or access to basic services. Igumbu apha likhaya lika Amahle.
It is important to report child abuse because we have a right to be heard. We have a right to be loved and protected from all harm and neglect. By reporting abuse, we are breaking the chain and breaking the silence, and most importantly, we are preventing child abuse from continuing.
Amahle, like many women and girls living in South Africa, was raped at the tender age of 13. The perpetrator went to jail and was released in under 12 months. Amahle soon after took her life. Today, Amahle inspires other girls to share their personal stories with gender-based violence. Tell me about your experience, your personal experience with gender-based violence.
Okay, it was 2011, the 15th July. I was doing grade 11. Kukho istand, like istand abantu abamama bathengisa estratweni. So kuphuma abafana bayi-5. Hey, ndoyike. Ndike zifike ke ezi guys zize kuthi. Abuza bana asinazo ifowuni. Hey, ndikhuphe ifowuni zam. Ndingamxabanga nayo into. Basifake ke apha ke kwindawo engathi ngamahlathi. Ebhek kwesisikole eMpumalanga. Bandityhale ndiwe phantsi. Ndikhale ke like ba mandicela uxolo bhuti. Andireyiphe okokuqala. Ndicela uxolo ke apha. Ndicela uxolo apha. Aphakame lo uqala, aze owesibini, ayenze le nto ayenzayo. Phinde ndicela uxolo naxa mfana. Aphakame lo wesibini, uphakame waza omnye. Okay.
I was 7 years at the time. I was 7 years. It was 2006, I still remember. And endingly there was so much chaos, and I don't know where he went, but later uye wabuya. I think wafika sendithuma ukutya kwakhe bamandomenzela ukutya, and then like ndahamba ndomenzela ukutya. After that wathi mandikuserumini yakhe, nami as umntana funeke ndithumeke ndakuserumini yakhe. And he started doing like wavala umnyango. Luckily umakhulu wam had the scream of me, and wafika wayonqonqoza phayana. I thought I was dying though. And then umakhulu wabiza amapolisa makubanjwe yena. So after kubizwe amapolisa, like wazilwela nasemapoliseni, and then wabanjwa. We had to do all the process, like ndobeka statement at the police station and go to the hospital and do all the process. And then the doctor said like they broke my womb. I'm not gonna be able to get any children. I'm not gonna be able to get any children. So my life was never like the same again. It was hard, and I was never treated the same. As you know, most of the things I couldn't do. Ndahlala, ndamane ngigula, and then they said it's depression.
Gender-based violence is not a women's issue. It is a human rights violation. Therefore, we all should take a stand, including men and women. We all have a role to play. And being activists against abuse 365 days a year and not tolerating it. Women and children have the right to be safe.
Hello.
Hi Hlomla, ndim okuhle.
Hello.
Unjani right?
Ndiyaphila kanjani?
Right akhona ndikuphazamisa. So Hlomla, thank you so much for taking my phone call, va? I know I call easy. No, it's not easy. But so maybe if you can tell us umazinjani Amahle, like nadibana njani? And how did you become friends? Yeah.
One thing since I close kakhulu is because siyathanda ukuthetha, so sithanda ukuthetha so sithanda debate. Maybe if there's a burning topic, sithethe ngayo and all that. And then i-coordinator yethu yayithanda ukuthi sigcwele politics because sithanda ukuthetha. And then we spend most of our time talking about the topics ezikhoyo ngoku. Yeah, that's how close we were. And Zanga showing signs because she was always this happy person. As you saw the pictures, she was always smiling, all happy and all that. And then the other is that she stood for her point. She was a straightforward person. She did not tell you what you needed to hear, but she said what was needed to be said.
And like why, if there was like if you were ever to like pick one thing you learned from her, what would be that one thing? Or
one thing about her, she's very brave, she's very confident, that she never showed any signs of she was very brave, she was very confident. Guys, if Amahle can do this, why can't we do this? Because Amahle, if she's there to deliver. So that's one thing about her, is that she was very confident.
Ndiyamazi ke uAmahle bestrong gqithi. Nangoku abantwana bebethi xa bekhala phayana uAmahle athi andiyiboni yonke le nto bakhalisayo. Amahle ebefunda eMakhawula. Ititsha laseMakhawula bezithembele kuye. Sihamba njalo istory sika Amahle.
There's one thing endinoyithatha apha kuyo yonke le nto. Ii-voices zethu matter. Whether or not abantu bangasixelela uba they don't matter, they do. And we have all the rights. We have all the rights to be frustrated. We have all the rights to say no. Andifuni, ne? So ke ngoku kule nto yendaba I am the cap and the voice of generation, that is what we are trying to instill.